Hi, I'm Trevor, the CEO of the same foundation. The donation we received from Interbase helped us in procuring vital, life-saving medical equipment and PPE for Tygerberg and Groote hospitals in the Western Cape. This was while the Western Cape was the epicenter of the pandemic. If you would like to get in touch or assist us in these projects, you can get hold of us on our website, which is www.samefoundation.org.za, Facebook and Instagram or LinkedIn.
The fourth race on the program is Clifton Stud KwaZulu-Natal Breeders 1200, obviously over 1200 meters, 1:45, 13:45. So that's when the first leg of the first jackpot gets underway. And before we go any further, Graham, the podcast was done this week with the chairperson of the KwaZulu-Natal Breeders Club, Kathy Martin, and we touched on all the various farms that are in the province. And one in particular, Clifton Stud, having a wonderful time. They had a double at the Scottsville meeting, Hollywoodbets Scottsville meeting. They had a winner the other day. They're firing.
They are firing, and they've got two live wires that they've bred in their own race in the form of Proud Master, and there's one other in the race, Sekulu, that were bred at Clifton Stud, and they'll be delighted, obviously, if one of the two horses they bred actually win the race, the first leg of the first jackpot that is named in their honour.
Let's talk about race 4, Proud Master. That is the first rerun, or the only rerun, and as Graham said, bred by Clifton Stud, and a horse that I think is going to be a massive runner here. So let's go and look at that last run, and then we'll hear what Garth Puller and Tony Riverland had to tell the interviewers.
Run, so's Antigona's Proud Master, Just a Guy Thing. Mr. Master started past the 200, Desolate Road, Mallorca Palace, Serpom, Just a Guy Thing starting to warm up on the outside. Mr. Master started the leader, Just a Guy Thing, Desolate Road, Proud Master's running on from behind, but Mr. Master started has won it. Second, Desolate Road, and then came Proud Master and Just a Guy Thing.
Metallic Gold, I think he's competitive, he's under sufferance in the race, he's doing well. I think he enjoys any surface. He might want a little bit further later, but it's Breeders' Day, and the guys want their horses to run, and the breeders like to see the horses running. So I'm basically running them, even if they're under sufferance, just so that the guys can have a fun day. Doing well. It's a pity he didn't get in. Obviously, it goes on a point system, but he's doing nicely at the moment. He needed his last run, and I would hope that if he got in, he would run well.
Yeah, he has. It's a competitive race, and it obviously depends where he's drawn. Depending what comes out, he will take that horse's draw, and if it's a good draw, he'll have a chance because I'm going to place him this time. He's very fit, he's worked well. But obviously, if he draws badly, he's a hard horse to place because he can really over-race, so you're going to have to give him a chance and sit him out. So we'll see. It's unlikely he'll get a run. I don't think there'll be two scratchings. I
paid the 5,000 Rand to put him in, and their terms are not the same as substituting a horse. You know, if you put a horse, if a horse wins the Daily News and you decide to enter him in the July, sub him into the July, they take into account that he won the Daily News and he gets in the July. And this horse, I'll pay the 5,000 Rand, or will offer to pay the 5,000 Rand to put him in, but they don't take into account his points that he accumulated in the time being. I don't know why. If you're paying the 5,000 Rand, they should go back and count these places that he's had, and then he would have got in. So I'm disappointed that he's a reserve 3, because it's very unlikely that he'll get in. But I think off that low weight, he'd be competitive.
Thanks to the trainers and contributors to the show for their transparency and opinions. Graham, looking at that rerun, it is a competitive race. The average merit rating here is a 77. The best weighted is Ad Altissima, who I believe is a big runner and is a lurker. I also found number 1, Bernie's Dream, is a bit of a lurker from the Glenn Cotson stable, dropped in the ratings. Gate 1, lightweight. So those are my 2 lurkers, Ad Altissima and Bernie's Dream. I say lurkers, but there's many with chances. But looking at that rerun of Proud Master, I like him, and I like him quite a bit.
Well, firstly, Ad Altissima is not a lurker. He is the favourite.
Correct.
He is the favourite at 33 to 10.
As I said that, I realised, yeah, correct. He's a big runner.
We spent an awful long time in those interviews talking about the 3 reserve runners. So hopefully one of them gets in. Proud Master was seen to very good advantage running on behind Mr. Master Start, and is very much in the hunt for top honours here. He's got to be amongst the your shortlist,
yes.
Number 8 Proud Master. I think he's quite generously priced at 5 to 1. In fact, the betting is a little bit of a mystery for me. They've got 5-1 Charas Sands. That won well in its last 2 starts, but if that's 5-1, I can't believe Hooves of Troy is 10-1. And I think Hooves of Troy is the value selection in the race.
Massive
I
runner.
think he's coming back to form. He was as a 3-year-old, as a young horse, he was the Eastern Cape champion. He was very highly rated, above 100 at one stage. He's now racing off a 79. He's well drawn. Wherever Charas Sands runs, he should be right on top of them. And I just think there might be further improvement to come. I know he's a 5-year-old rising 6, so we talk about further improvement. I just think he's coming back to himself.
Fair to say further improvement on his, on his recent
I think
form. He's coming good again.
The love of racing again.
I
That's
agree
what
with
I think.
you. I backed him last time.
He's a Vercingetorix. He's got ability, and so I think he's a massive runner at 10-1. I think this is quite a tricky race. Clifton's other horse, Sikulu's got to have a chance as well. But I think you're not too far wrong if you made number 8 Proud Master your first choice.
Yeah, as I said, he's my first choice, but by no means a good thing and by no means a firm, confident choice. But yeah, it's an exciting race. These breeders' race days and these races are exciting. They're competitive, and that's what makes it so good, because if you can catch it right, the payouts are normally good. But yeah, I like Proud Master. Again, I just want to correct myself. Ad Altissimo, not a lurker. He's a horse that I want to keep an eye on. I'm including him in absolutely everything. And I like what you say about Hooves of Troy. Yes, the value's there, and Bernie's Dream. But an interesting race.
And wherever Proud Master runs, Just a Guy thing won't be far away. I mean, there's a lot of collateral form between Proud Master and Just a Guy thing. I think this is one of the more competitive races on the day. I think it's a tricky race. I think you're well entitled to throw in a number of runners.
Running freely, got a chance?
There are many with chances in this race. I think it's one of the more open races on the card.
It certainly is one of the more open races on the card. A tough race, but if I was forced to give you a first selection, it's Proud Master.
My name is Beston. I live in Cape Town. Also, I do delivery. Interbet helped me to realize my dreams. Now I have my own delivery vehicle, and I'm able to do the removal in and around Cape Town.